Are you tired of stealing codes from others?
If yes, the agents from around the world will teach you on how the job is being done.
Hello everyone, we are CAD developers and we are here to present the different data types, variables, and variable declarations in C++. Take note that these three plays an important role to make our program work and run.
In computer programming, information is stored in a computer memory. We must know what is to be stored in a computer memory, whether it is a large number, a simple number, or a letter.
As we all know, computer memory is organized in bytes, and for these variables with varying information, a data type is associated. The minimum amount of memory is called a byte. It can store up a small amount of data and can be managed easily.
Every variable is declared with two entities, its type and its name. There are several data types available in C++. The basic built-in data type are char, int, float, double, and bool. In C++, all the variables that a program is going to use must be declared prior to use. Declaration of a variable serves two purposes. First, it associates a type and an identifier with the variable. The type allows the compiler to interpret statements correctly. For example, in the CPU, the instruction to add two integer values together is different from the instruction to add two floating point values together. Hence, the compiler must know the type of the variables so it can generate the correct add instruction.
Int are variables that can represent negative and positive integer values. There is a limit on the size of value that can be represented, which depends on the number of bytes of storage allocated to an int variable by the computer system and compiler being used. Float are variables that can represent any real numeric value, that is both whole numbers and numbers that require digits after the decimal point. The accuracy and the range of numbers represented is dependent on the computer system. Usually, 4 bytes are allocated for float variables. This gives an accuracy of about 6 significant figures and a range of about 2. It is important to note that float variables are only represented approximately.
Bool are variables that can only hold the values true or false. These variables are known as Boolean variables, in honor of George Boole, an Irish mathematician who invented Boolean algebra. Char variables represent a single character, a letter, a digit, or a punctuation character. They usually occupy 1 byte, giving 256 different possible characters.
From a programmer's point of view, a variable is a location in your computer's memory in which you can store a value and from which you can later retrieve that value. To understand this, you must first understand a bit about how computer memory works. Your computer's memory can be thought of a series of cubbyholes, all lined up in a long row. Each cubbyhole or memory location is numbered sequentially. These numbers are known as memory addresses. Variables not only have addresses, they have names. For example, you might create a variable named myAge. Your variable is a label on one of these cubbyholes so that you can find it easily without knowing its actual memory address. So now we know different data types and which rules an identifier must comply. But how do we declare them? Declaring a variable is very easy. First, you have to declare the data type. After you declare them, you place the name of the variable. But remember, choose the names wisely. It is easier if a variable name reflects the use of that variable. Data types, variables, and declaration of variables is important in computer programming because again, without these three, a program will never run. Let us have an example and see how it works. Our example program is just simple, and looking from it, you can already identify what it is. This program is a calculator, wherein you get to pick what type of operator you want. 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication, and 4 for division. After picking the operator, you will then input the first number and the second number. The final answer will be displayed prior to the type of operator you used. What role did the data types played in this program? Integers and floats are two different kinds of numerical data. An integer, more commonly called an int, is a number without a decimal point, while a float is a floating point number, which means it is a number that has a decimal place. You will notice in the program that there are many variables that have been declared in float, because floats are used when more precision is needed.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it. As always, should you or any member of your team be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, Ethan.